Last week, I shared with you 3 main killers of female libido, and we also talked about strategies to turn them around to let that juicy, seductive energy back. Now, there is more than 3, and today we're going to continue exploring 4 more killers of your libido, and then we're going to look at strategies to eliminate these issues and in fact open yourself even more. But first, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. My name is Magda Kay. I'm an intimacy expert, tantra teacher, and relationships coach. And on this channel, I share tips, techniques, and insights to help you enjoy the most fulfilling intimate life, whether you're in a relationship or single. So let's get to it. Let's talk about 4 more things that hugely impact your desire for sex. Number 1 is obvious but super important, and that's too much stress. Look, truth is, everyone talks about it, but we really underestimate what kind of impact chronic stress has on your intimate life. If you don't address it, you can fully deplete your sexual desire cup. It can be fully empty. So we gotta do something about it. Now, what happens when you're stressed is that the blood needs to get to the muscles so it doesn't get anywhere else, and you do need blood flowing into your lovely sacred space to actually feel aroused. We call it fight or flight, not fight or sex. So, what to do about chronic stress? Of course, we have meditation, yoga, baths with rose petals, but I want to share with you one of my favorite practices. It's really easy and really fast. So if you ever feel stressed, if you feel worry, if you feel anxiety, close your eyes, go into your body and locate that sensation. And notice how it feels. Is it hot? Is it contraction? Is it tension? There will be certain sensations related to that feeling in your body. And the next thing I want you to do is to visualize the opposite. So if your stress feels very hot, you can visualize jumping into cold pool or being under a waterfall and cooling down. If your stress feels like contraction and tension in the body, you can imagine a feather flowing in the air, dancing with the wind. So you stay with this visualization of the opposite sensation, and you may need to stay here a few minutes until the physiological sensation in your body changes. So now your body will be relaxed, the blood will be flowing through all of your body, and you will notice that you're more open to pleasure and sexual connection. The second thing, and this is really important and serious, it's any form of sexual trauma or negative associations with sex. So if anyone took advantage of you, if you experienced pain during sex, if someone called you a slut, if anything happened that created this negative or painful association with sex, your body and your mind will try to protect you from that pain by basically killing your libido. So what to do about it? Well, first of all, and that's the most important thing, is that it has to be addressed. Suppressing these emotions really doesn't help. In fact, it makes things worse. As women, we are so used to just pushing through own discomfort. I'm just gonna endure it, right? He wants something, I'm gonna please him. And when we do that, when we push through our own limitations, we actually re-traumatize ourselves. So we make that initial pain bigger and stronger. Now look, I know this may feel very scary because I've gone through myself. I had to address my own trauma, my own pain. And I'll be honest, I resisted it for as long as I could, until so many things fell in my life and I had no other choice. But once I made this decision, this whole new path opened up for me. And look at me now. I went from being inorgasmic to teaching about sex. So just know that you can absolutely move through it. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. Get a coach, get your partner on board, a healer, a tantrika, or a friend. and have people to hold you through this process, because yes, it's deep, it's emotional, and it can feel very scary. But when you go through it, you're going to open so much more for your sex life. The third killer of your libido is not getting enough pleasure from sex. Look, if it doesn't feel good, then why would you want it? And that unfortunately is the case for many, many women. So that was my case, not having orgasm. So if you are not having orgasm, or if it feels like sex is more about your partner than it is about you, that you don't get to have your needs met and be fulfilled and receive the type of touch that you truly want, then over time you're just gonna decide that, well, it's really not worth it. So what can you do about that? Well, we have 2 steps in the process here. The first one is you actually have to know what gives you pleasure and what works on your beautiful, sexy body. And the second step is you have to communicate it. So step number 1, that's about exploration. And you want to explore both with your partner and with yourself. Now look, it doesn't matter what works on your friends, doesn't matter what works in porn, doesn't matter what works for all of the exes that your partner has been with, because we are all unique. You may discover something absolutely crazy that really turns you on or gives you such deep pleasure. So don't assume anything, go play with yourself and see what actually works. And then number 2, like I said, we gotta communicate it. So if something doesn't feel right, you have to be able to say no. You have to be able to ask your partner to stop. And you have to be able to ask for what you want. Now, look, I know that having conversations about sex is not something easy. Well, there are specific tools. There are certain phrases and constructs and steps that you can follow to make these, what may seem like an awkward conversation, easier. And this is one of the main things I actually go through with my clients, whether I work with singles or with couples, because we don't actually learn communication, and for sure we do not learn communication about sex. Now, if you would like my help exploring these tools and getting more confident to speak up about what you want and what you don't want in the bedroom, you will find the link to apply for a free consultation. And during this consultation, we talk, we explore what's alive in your intimate life and where you want to get. This is a free consultation and you speak directly to me. So if you'd like to work together, make sure to check this link, apply. Now, number 4, and it's being rushed. Now, this really doesn't work for women for many reasons. So the first one is that when you're rushed, you actually end up stressing. And we already discussed that stress is a killer of your libido. So you have to really feel that you have enough time to relax, to feel safe, for your body to open. Secondly, is that your body actually needs time to get aroused and to be able to experience deep orgasm. You know, often quickies don't really work for us. They may be amazing, but if you want this deep, full body, multiple orgasms, you need time for all of your energy body to get activated. And yes, that takes time. Another thing that can happen if you're rushed is that you may feel unseen, unloved, like you don't matter and not safe. And that has a huge impact on us women wanting to have sex. You know, if you don't feel this, you know, whether you are in a partnership or if it's a one-night stand, you are going to shut down and then shy away from sex. So what to do about it? First thing, I want you, if you haven't watched the first part of this series, which I shared last week, where I talked about this metaphor of a pot of water that we wanna get to the boiling. Now, if the water is cold to start with, it's gonna take a long time for it to boil. But if it's already warm or simmering, it's gonna be fast. So the truth is that if you are cold, if there is no activity in your genitals, nothing is awakened, you will actually really need long foreplay, which is often for men something they just cannot really understand, and many of them actually lose the desire for sex. Now, this is not to say that they shouldn't engage in foreplay. What I'm saying here is that you can take some ownership and be in control of how much time you need. Because if you really need a lot of time, chances are, very likely you will feel rushed. So if you take care of your sexual energy with the tips I shared in the video last week, you're going to help yourself feel ready for sex faster. But the second thing is, yes, you do need to communicate with your partner that you need more time, that you need foreplay, that you want your body to be kissed, that you like gentle touch, that you want them to take a feather and just touch you all over. So you have to explain your needs, because remember, these needs are unique to you. Men don't need foreplay, not in the way that we do. So it's up to us to express and tell our partners specifically what we need so that we can receive that. My love, I hope you found that helpful, and if you did, please give this video a like and subscribe, because I share videos every week to help you have the most fulfilling intimate life. And remember, if you would like to work together and talk to me, tell me what's happening and how I can support you, there is a link below this video where you can apply for a free consultation. Plus, I got some other free goodies for you there as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next week. Bye.